It's interesting. Yeah, I sat and watched a gentleman who has a dance studio and stuff in BC on an island. He's completely off the grid, and it's basically, and I watched and I looked, and they say it's sustainable, and it's guys, um, living intelligently and not being a creature of convenience is very correct. Okay, but you don't have to share, care, give in accordance to need, built to last. Okay, so you can use the very best materials in the best way. That money's not real. So what you do is you get the best people and the best resources, and then you do it in that manner because it's something that's going to be sustainable and built to last. When you look at sustaining the ecosystem, then when you like do the well or the water or whatever, however you bring the water in, stuff like that, that's not going to change at all radically. In some ways, it might even get better because we're storing the ecosystem by demechanizing the metro areas and things like that, and re agrarian those areas. Just taking down all the mechanization that's not necessary. It's sexist, compulsive, and then it's like, and so we don't need to go back to bedrock, but the Jetsons is not sustainable. Okay. And so you sit and you watch it, and I was like, yeah, I was watching a lot of things he did, and he's been doing this for a while. But I'm like, yeah, you make a cellar, and you make it to last and sustainable and clean, and that's where you put your freezers. Okay, so they rarely have to even run, and they're used very efficiently. And you can use hydroelectricity in areas like BC. Solar works, and it works excellent here. Okay, you're right. 9 months, you're going to get really. You can actually outsource off the old grids to conduct and transport the energy from here to other places. Okay, and not lose a lot of the the power of the energy the way that we can conduct it now. Through power lines and stuff like that. So I always that's really wonderful, but we have to make sure that we do it intellectually, intelligently, and cooperatively for one another, not for human power and wealth and conduction through, power, Lord. So, and I was sitting there watching, it was like, I understand this is, but you don't need to go and bedrock yourself to get away from it all. And what are you getting away from? Um, I love women and children. Okay. Um, I I love I hated being institutionalized. Okay. But I love women. Okay. And when you get a house that's comfortable and pleasing and built well and to last, and that can be her home, that she she decorates. Like, you ever heard that song "Total Happiness"? It was just be on the Cosby Show, doing your daughter's hair and her dress as and doing things. That's not for vanity. It's to celebrate beauty, to feel beautiful. I feel pretty and charming and gay, right? And so bombing ourselves back to the Stone Age, takes away a lot of our cleanliness is next to godliness and stuff. And I'm the type of person, I wear shoes till they wear out. I wear sweats till they get holes in them and fall apart. But I have like two pairs of pants that I have plenty of clothes that fit me before I started working at Fasta Foods, and before the vaccination, and before the retaining of fat cells trying to shut me down with cancer cells because of the intense uh, toxins and poison, and I haven't been able to detox properly because of my insidious abuse and my depression of trying to help people stand up for the Lord's Prayer. And I'm not going to quit. That's just the way I am. Okay. It's not like me to go, okay, I'm going into self-care and nothing. I'm not built that way. Okay. I'm going to get up every day and spend as much time as I can interacting with the technology to help correct the technology so it reflects more the truth of the Messiah than the manipulation of the people with money who feel powerful doing that. So that's just the way I was. That's in my DNA. It's just the way I'm quote unquote hardwired. Okay. And so I'm not going to capitulate to selfish demands and you can hold your breath until you die. You're just going to pass out and hit your head. And then make sure you have a lot of pillows around when you hold your breath till you die. Okay. All right. They're throwing a fit. They're throwing a fit. I don't understand people that build things opulently. I don't understand people that do things, in an arrogant way to look at, I worked hard for this. You didn't work hard for that. Because I could kick your ass in just about everything that you think you're great at and make hundreds of millions of hundreds of thousands of dollars doing it. Okay. Anytime I sat down and said, okay, I'm going to run track, I'm going to play tennis, I'm going to play soccer, I'm going to play baseball or basketball or football. Any one of you, I'm the GOAT, could have kicked the shit out of your GOAT any time I wanted to. And they know from my getting over mono in 2 weeks and getting cancer poisoning and going to Richmond at least 4 to 5 times in the last 15 years or so, and my ability, for people to get like high ankle sprains and be back and playing in 2 to 3 weeks when I was young, that okay. It's not a question of if, it's just a question of when. Stand out above the crowd, even if I gotta shout out loud. So mine is the only face you see. I'm gonna stand. I'm not bigger than Xavier Cugat, the Mambo King, right? So, no. Okay, so no, I quit because it was uncouth, it was wrong. And especially in cruises, my coaches were trying to get me to do things to hurt other people within the rules so they could win, and because I could. And I would tell them, no, I'm not going to. Because people do that to me and I don't like it. I like driving to the hoop and have guys step under me and judo flip me. Because I'm so high and they come and draw a foul and I'm 4 feet in the air and I hit my shins hit their shoulders and I go, wham. Okay. And they laugh. Okay. Like it's funny. And I would hurt myself trying to catch the guy if I did it by accident and my back was turned and then sit there, oh my gosh, are you all right? Okay, that's the type of guy I am. Well, there's a reason why Earl's the man like King David in the Bible, and you aren't. Okay, have a nice day. Right. And so Earl, I like being obnoxious, like me and the young girl talked about. I like being obnoxious. I like being able to, guys that are professional assassins for military operations and macho as fuck, they hate when I sit there and act like I'm Robin Williams' friends from the Birdcage, and I really don't care, and I think it's hilarious, and it really makes me laugh really hard. Serious. I don't care. I can kick your ass doing a ballerina two-step all over your fucking head. And now it's like, really? You're still scared of me. I hurt myself getting out of the bathtub. Right? Apparently, when the dopamine and the endorphins go off and stuff like that, I can get up and do stuff like when I did the splits on the roof and, get a minor energy and be a little sore but recover. And the professional assassin will be like, oh, what happened? I didn't have to meet him at the door of a loaded 44 and the teacher don't hit me more, or teach no more. It didn't hit me with a ruler. Okay, but no, I just, hey, don't let me catch you doing that. And if it's mama's going to hit you on the head with a frying pan after the hot grits. And you ain't ever going to recover because I've seen that woman break frying pans on people's heads. What lady we're talking about? It's funny. But yeah. And when you're given the abilities through other people's prayers to protect people from abuse, no one else on planet Earth deserves the ability to survive abuse, survive poisoning, toxins, and stuff. No one else deserves it more than me. Okay. And that's the truth. I like Lily Tomlin too. She's funny. But remember on All of Me, I'm going to turn into a bird. I'm going to swoop over and I'm going to shit on her head. It's funny. Remember that? It was a funny movie. Yeah, it was like All of Me with Lily Tomlin and Steve Martin. That was a funny movie, wasn't it? Back and bull. And when she got in, the guy who's the blind saxophone player, that shit was funny. That was very funny. Oh my gosh. No, that was a funny movie. Like anybody else like All of Me with Lily Tomlin and Steve Martin? And they also, all of me. Why not take all of me? It's such a good song. Take my lips, I'll never use them. Take my arms, I want to lose them. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. Can't you see? I'm no good without you. You took the part that once was my heart. So why not take all of me? I love Elvis Gerald. And so, other people sing it. Yeah, other people do sing it, but let's not bring that up. She's my favorite. I haven't heard. I'm sure other people. I bet you Sarah Vaughan sings it. If she sings it, it's really good. I want to hear "Jump for Joy" by her too. That woman's voice, man. Chief was right about her. Oh my gosh, such. The thing I want to say about her is bravado. Okay. Whatever Lola wants, Lola gets you through. I mean, she's just got that strength, and it's like, wow. I really like her, and she knows it. Like the girl walking in her shorts she knows. Okay, she knows. Okay, Winnie Peppercorn, she knows exactly what she's doing. And there ain't nothing really wrong with that. It don't mean a thing if you ain't got that swing. Shabab, shabab, shabab. Because if I want to do a table dance with my girl in our house, it's none of your business, right? Okay, so and you got what a man, and nobody needs to know. Like I used to tell the baby girls in the service, if I was the greatest lover in the world and only one woman knew it, that would be perfectly all right with me. And since we're in love, I should be the greatest lover in the whole world for her and she for me, right? Because it's about we loving each other so me can live through we. Hey, Pisces Virgo rising is a very good sign, strong and kind. And the boy's 6'5", yeah, Patrick. His name is Patrick. He turns 35 years old on Wednesday. His name is Patrick Earl Parsons. Okay. He's about 6'5", yeah. Fast like his dad, yeah. Lickety split, right? And same thing, no, I'm not going to do that. He ran into similar things with coaches and all that. Yeah, he went through very similar things that I went through. The state didn't come and destroy my parents' marriage to cause rifts between homosexuality and tribalism because my mom and dad were two white people that dropped out of the Mormon church. My life was radically different because of the tribalism and the manipulation of the time, but we had a lot of similarities. Same with Chuji. Yeah, Chuji, yeah. Chuji was the defender of all the bullied, and yeah, so a lot like, moi. So he's a good kid. Yeah. Dad, since God is the origin of all things, wouldn't God be both? Exactly, son. So God would be chaos and creation. It's the way chaos, creation, and chaos and destruction and order and creation. Yes. Okay. Because in the womb, it seems like chaos and destruction to make just one for order and creation. So it seems that way. Okay. When you are selfish and try to destroy everything if you can't get the way, are you not God's creation? But you're not reflecting the beauty of the gift. So you become an abomination to the natural laws to sustain the gift. Right? But is not God responsible for the life of both Satan and the devil and Satan and the demons and the Lord and the angels? Right? Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. Can't you see I'm no good without you? You took the part that once was my heart, so why not take all of me, right? Anybody else? Okay. Yeah. So, you guys know what I'm talking about? Okay, so don't hate others because you're not being righteous. You're not living for what is holy. Okay. Don't hate other people. Because you ain't doing it. I don't hate other people. I don't live in the embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. Been abused to hell and back all through Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's First, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh time, it won't last, but it's all right. Okay. So abused is not even funny. And I still can forgive people and still love people. And all I wish for them is that they accept the Lord's Prayer and live it right now. I wish that for Barack Obama. I wish that for Benjamin Netanyahu. I wish that for John McCain. I wish that for Donald John Trump. Okay. I wish that for Pope Leo and the diocese of bullshit. Okay. People that are multi-million-dollar corporations and get together with other assholes. And they ran me over in the parking lot of a Best Buy in 2013. And right now you're Haley Joe Osment and I'm Bruce Willis. I'm M. Night Shyamalan using his imagination. You're funny. Trust me, I know funny and I'm funny. I get a lot of people, you're not funny. That's because you just have a lousy sense of humor. But so, here, I'll borrow you one. I got enough sense of humor to outsource it on weekends and at holidays. And I got enough sense of humor for both of us. Right? That's what happens when you're eternally humble and faithful person and you're eternally forgiving of people of their human frailties because they trap the soul and the mind and their selfishness, they mistake their selfishness for being frightened. You're not frightened, you're being selfish. Okay. Frightened is, oh, there's a snake. Selfish is, kill the snake. Right. I understand. I understand. I typically don't. I know other critters will. And I know rattlesnakes typically avoid human beings. Okay, so I typically try to avoid where they quote unquote flourish. You want to go hiking? It's just not worth it to me to flirt with death because I'm being adventuresome. The greatest adventure just lies ahead. And I live in the desert. So you have to be very respectful and understand, okay, that's Rattlesnake Cliffs over there. Ellie's Inn ain't going to make it if you all force people to live up in there. Don't be a greedy little mean bastard, right? Okay. So you guys understand, okay, when you're out of balance and harmony, a lot of bad things happen. When you're in balance and harmony, a lot of good things happen. Let's be good so that which happens reflects the good that we are being, right? All of me. I love that song. What's the other one that I really like? Let's fall in love. Why don't we fall in love? That song is so good. It's that good. I like that. Yeah. It's a lovely day today. So whatever you've got to do. Yeah, I like that one too. Yeah. Imagination. Yeah. I like Mickey's still too. Yeah, Mickey's is good. There's Ella's just that when she sings it, she's young. I love it because it's so innocent sounding. You go around willy-nilly. As for example, I go around wanting you, but yet I can't imagine that you want me to. I don't worry about that anymore. It used to bother me because I was abused when I was 4 by a group called the Temple Set Illuminati. And, there's fates worse than death. And now I'm almost 60. And life's eternal, grace is infinite. And it's So it's like I don't sit around going, if people didn't stand up for Lord's Prayer with me in 2009, 2013, 2017, and they still ain't done it by 2026, what did I miss out on? I stood up with courage and kindness for us to live the love of the Messiah worldwide every day since I started posting on YouTube back in June 2009. And people didn't recognize it publicly and stand up with me. So what did I miss out on from the mindfuck of the 4-year-old in San Pablo from the Temple Set Illuminati? Yeah, there's fates worse than death. Satan will always be here, even if she comes in the form of beautiful women. There's a huge difference between what Antoine LaVey perceives as beautiful and the beautiful that I do, right? Ginormous. There's a chasm there, man. A total chasm, right? Okay, all we are is dust in the wind, bro. So don't let that concern you, and don't let that bother you. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. There's always tomorrow for dreams to come true. So even at 60, I can find somebody that I'm cute for because I'm excellent at the reindeer games. Okay, really, it's just funny. I'm cute. And barn dancing will always be the best as long as the best dance is improvisational jazz. Hip hop is improvisational jazz, guys. Yeah, that's what it is. It's just to a different tempo and beat. Your goodbye left me with eyes that cry. It has a lot of tap is improvisational jazz. My two favorite dancers of all time are Fayard and Harold Nicholas. Okay? This is Earl. This isn't Jesus talking. This is Earl. When I was a kid, I sat there and watched it. I can remember it like it was yesterday. The first time I ever saw Harold and Fayard dance. Okay. And I was just like, oh my gosh. You know. And I didn't realize I had that kind of athleticism in me too. And that's like, wow, that is so neat. You know, like when Gus Williams was my favorite basketball player. And then I realized there were some things athletically I could do, and Dennis Johnson that, I could run faster than a 4 flat 40. When I got out there and the adrenaline went, I could go up to, I jumped even probably close to, in the 60-inch range. And I didn't know. And I didn't think I could. And it was past, present, and future operate at the same time. And Jesus, no, we've got other plans for you, kid. You have to use your talents and abilities to perform the apocalypse. And then there will other be people like you. That's why Julian, when he talked to me, when he talked to me in the future, I'm talking to Earl, right? And he plays basketball in the future. In the 2000 somethings, I think it's around 3000, year 3000. And that's what he likes to do, is he likes to play basketball like I did. And he's taller than me. He's a very handsome kid. But he's all excited because he talks to me and he says, I'm talking to Earl, And the reason one of the main reasons in the history of the world that we're all dancing and singing and playing sports and doing it out of fun and health and love is because of the life of Earl Parsons. And I'm like, well, that makes me feel muy, muy excited. I feel very good. It makes me feel warm and fuzzy inside. Let the healing begin. I'm working on it. There's a lot of stuff. The depression has been really hard from December till now. And because I feel the abuse still constantly through economic manipulation and tribalism that affects my son, his mommy, and the other kids and their mommy. And I'm not going to let go of that. I'm not going to, screw that, and I saw a homeless person today. Suzuki told me, he goes, Earl, that is a choice. None of them stand up for the Lord's Prayer and are being abused for being the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. Okay. They tried to put you in those kind of situations, but your dad wouldn't have it because you weren't being selfish and you weren't being manipulating or scamming or, trying to get money out of people and all that stuff. You were trying to make sure that everybody lives the Lord's Prayer. So those kind of conditions aren't prevalent and so you feel sorry for homeless people because people are not standing up for the Lord's Prayer, but not because they didn't accept and put themselves in that condition. You are a radically different person than 99.9% of the populace in history throughout time. Let's fall in love. Why don't we fall in love? Okay, do you know what I'm saying? Okay. Never let me go. Love me much too much. If you should let me go, life will lose its touch. Okay, so you guys understand. Okay, so I can't help but be a sentimental person that really likes jazz tunes from the 50s and 60s. Well, because I just, I used to tell my mom, Mom, yo no soy minero, soy capitán, Mom. If there was an Olympic good taste team, your son would be the captain. Okay? Earl, you're a nut. I'm being facetious, but seriously, I'm not. Okay? You're funny. I know. Okay, guys, I love you very much, all right? Don't put it off another day. Don't wait for me to fix technology because you still feel that you're frightened and there's nothing you can do to help this apocalypse overcome the selfishness that traps the world in selfishness. It's not the world that's the problem. It's selfish people that perceive the world as their ego. Constantine and Jerome wrote down the Bible. People like me live it. I am the Word, and the Word became flesh. Okay? If I write down on a piece of paper that I'm gravity and the people at the Paris summits agree to it, does that make me gravity? No. Okay. Well, then stop trying to replace the beauty and the power of creation with the delusion of human manipulation and invention. Okay? All of me. Why not take all of me? Okay, guys, I'll talk to you tomorrow, right? Peace out.